The cold sun hung low over the tops of the ancient pines of the Siberian taiga, painting the sky in crimson and lilac hues. The air crackled with frost, and the distant cry of ravens echoed in the silence. Amidst that frozen stillness, something was wrong. A lone she-bear lay motionless near a frozen stream, her breath shallow, her eyes clouded with pain. From afar, kicking up powdered snow, an old UAZ approached. Behind the wheel sat Ivan Belov, a ranger, his face weathered and determined, coated in frost. He had received a distress signal from a GPS collar. One of the tagged bears hadn't moved for nearly 12 hours. Ivan slowed the vehicle to a crawl, scanning the dense, snow-covered undergrowth that barely stirred in the icy wind. The collar data showed him the exact location, but nothing could fully prepare him for the scene unfolding before him. The she-bear lay sprawled on the frozen earth of the stream bank. Her thick brown fur was dusted with snow and grit, her chest rising and falling in ragged attempts at each breath. A powerful body, normally a portrait of grace and strength, was racked with convulsions, rhythmic yet failing contractions that spoke of a prolonged labor. Ivan switched off the engine, letting the natural sounds of the taiga dominate. The faint creak of pines, the caw of birds, and the hum of the wind. Every instinct screamed caution. Approaching a distressed bear was never safe, especially one about to give birth. He reached for his binoculars, focusing on the massive male bear pacing nearby. His thick coat shimmered in the setting sun, muscles tense, eyes filled with worry and confusion. This was no ordinary animal. This was a father helpless to protect his family from the very forces of nature itself. His hands moved deftly over his medical bag, checking vials, syringes, and monitoring tools. Ivan's voice, soft and soothing, carried over the short distance. "I am here. You'll be okay." He observed the bear's breathing patterns, noting the weakening contractions and the subtle tremor of exhaustion. Every second counted. This was a battle against nature's clock, and any delay could mean the difference between life and death for both mother and her unborn cubs. Ivan took a deep breath, mentally preparing for the risk he was about to take. He had dealt with wild animals before, but a she-bear in labor was a different story entirely. Carefully, he prepared a sedative dart, potent enough to immobilize the bear but gentle enough not to harm her unborn cubs. His hands were steady, but adrenaline coursed through his veins as he aimed at her flank, ensuring his shot would take effect without causing unnecessary pain. The dart hit its mark. The she-bear flinched, but slowly began to relax. Ivan crept closer, his felt boots barely making a sound on the packed snow. His eyes never left the male bear who stood guard nearby, alert and tense. To his relief, he didn't charge. His gaze was fixed on the she-bear, his focus consumed by her struggle. Ivan gently checked her vitals. Pulse weak, breathing shallow, eyes half closed. He began the delicate process of assisting with birth. One by one, the cubs emerged. 3 tiny lives, fragile yet full of promise. Ivan worked quickly, placing each newborn gently beside its mother, whose exhausted eyes flickered open to recognize them. The male bear, pacing in short circles, let out a low, rumbling sound, a mixture of relief, confusion, and protective instinct. Ivan whispered reassurance, his voice carrying the calm determination of someone who knew this was a fight for life. With the cubs safe, Ivan faced the next challenge, transporting the she-bear to the rehabilitation center at the ranger station for further care. He radioed his assistants, who arrived with a specially equipped snowmobile and sled. Together, they prepared the sedated bear, stabilizing her on a stretcher, while keeping the cubs warm in an insulated box. The taiga, though breathtaking, was unforgiving. Deep snow, fallen trees, and unpredictable animal behavior made every step dangerous. Ivan moved alongside, monitoring every vital sign, whispering encouragement as he had done during the birth. The male bear followed at a safe distance, maintaining a watchful vigil, without crossing the boundary of caution. The tension was palpable. Each bump of the sled, each swaying movement, felt like a test of both human skill and animal trust. The journey was long, slow, and filled with moments where instinct and patience were the only safeguards against disaster. Every mile passed in a tense rhythm, the taiga stretching endlessly, white under the fading sun. Ivan could feel the she-bear shift slightly, a sign that the sedation was holding, but that her body remained fragile. The cubs occasionally squeaked or twitched, tiny reminders of the lives depending entirely on his focus and precision. At the ranger station, the transition from the wild to the warm enclosure was stark. Bright lights replaced sunlight. The hum of a generator replaced the wind. But Ivan's attention remained unwavering. The team moved efficiently, checking vitals, administering fluids, and monitoring the cub's delicate breathing. Ivan stayed close, his gaze a constant reassurance to both mother and offspring. Hours passed in a careful ballet of precision and observation. Slowly, the she-bear regained strength, her chest rising more steadily, her eyes brighter. Ivan gently guided her toward the cubs, and the mother began to nuzzle them, a natural, instinctive act of care. Each small movement, each gentle lick spoke volumes. This was life restored against incredible odds. Tears blurred Ivan's vision as he observed the family beginning to reconnect, the miracle of survival unfolding in real time. The male bear remained outside, pacing beneath a solitary pine. His eyes followed every movement inside. A silent vigil, a monument to loyalty and the powerful bonds of family. Ivan, though exhausted, felt a deep sense of accomplishment. Courage, compassion, and respect for the wild had allowed him to intervene successfully without breaking the natural trust between humans and animals. A week later, the time came to return the she-bear and her cubs to the wild. Ivan personally oversaw the preparations. The Taiga, snow-covered and infinite, stretched ahead under the morning sun. Carefully, the mother bear and her cubs were loaded into the transport crate. As the doors opened, the she-bear stepped out, eyes scanning the familiar landscape, muscles stretching. After her confinement, the cubs tumbled out behind her, curious and unsteady, but alive, each step a small victory. From the shade of distant spruce trees, the male bear appeared. Cautious yet deliberate, he approached his family. The reunion was quiet but deeply emotional. Soft nuzzles, gentle sniffing, and protective posturing. Ivan stepped back, allowing nature to take its course. The family gradually moved into the dense forest, disappearing among the pines. He felt a profound connection to the wild, a reminder of the delicate balance between intervention and respect, courage and caution. Ivan whispered a quiet farewell, knowing that he had not only saved lives but honored the power and resilience of nature. The tiger resumed its rhythm, and the bear family became one again, alive, thriving, and a testament to the miraculous intersection of human care and wild instinct. If this story moved you, share it to remind others that compassion can save lives. Even in the most unpredictable corners of the wild taiga, one brave ranger can make the difference between survival and loss. Subscribe to our channel for more incredible stories from the heart of the taiga, where courage, hope, and resilience play out with every sunrise.